Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our second lab of Introduction to Remote Sensing. In this lab, we will be dealing with the some basic tasks like adding imaging imagery in ADAS Imagine, using metadata, using the inquire cursor, analyzing the layers, and finally the conclusion of the lab. Right. In the last lab which we have done, we performed some basic operation. Right. So in this lab, we will open up our imagery first from raster layer. Just click on any imagery of your choice. Let's open linear.img this time. Now here this image is displayed. As a first step, we learned how to add an imagery, which we have already covered in the first section. Now in this lab, we will be focusing more on the metadata and see that what information means, and focusing more on inquire and see how this inquire gives you some information. uh, Metadata tab, it is opening. Here it is. Now this linear image, it is comprised of 7 bands, right? It has some projection information, some histogram and pixel data. Now let's see what this histogram actually means, right? At x-axis you have values from 0 to 256, and at y-axis you have the histogram or the number of occurrence of each value. For example, if you can maximize it and just click over here, right? So this value, uh, if I click on here, yes, this value, it is repeating 27088 times, right? Interpreting an histogram is very important. For example, this value is 64. If you can see here, 64 is repeating 27,000 times. So it shows that the any feature which has a DN value of 63, it might be water or anything, it has a major occurrence in this image. So interpreting an histogram gives you a first idea about the image. So most of our values, they are located between 61 and between here 85, 86, right? So majority of our data is between 65 and 85, right? So this is the interpretation of histogram in layer 1. Let's check layer 2. It will have different information. Layer 3 have some different. Layer 4, this is will be probably NIR band, fourth band. In this, you can see that you have two peaks, right? One peak, it might be of a water body, and the second peak, that might be of other areas, other features, right? So you can see that your data is from 7 till 16 or 14, and from 37 till 69, right? So if you note down these values on a paper, that 9, 14, 34, 69 in layer 4. Now click on inquire and just zoom to this water body and note down the values over here. In layer 4 you can see that it has a value of 9. Similarly, go to some other water body. Here it has a value of 9, right? So that peak, it might be of this water and surrounding features, and the other peak that might be of these features which are uh, urban areas or other, right? So this is a method to interpret your histogram and to use inquire to see those values over here. Now in this section, two things, they are very important. One is your file value and the second one is your LUT value. File value is simply your DN value, right? LUT value is not your DN value, it is the lookup table value, right? We will see in detail what lookup table value is, but for the time being you must understand that this is your DN value and this is your lookup table value, right? This is not your DN value, right? This is some, you can say it is altered value, which have been stretched, right? Now here you can see the histogram of all the information, contrast, breakpoints, right, and layer information. So this is the basic of inquire and histogram. Okay, till here we are clear with inquire, how to use inquire, and we are some information now about what the metadata shows, right? Now the next thing, let's explore the multispectral tab. In multispectral tab we can change the band combination, which we have already done in the our previous lab. So you can change the combination, different features they will be highlighted. For example, in this combination 541, this feature might be building, or some other feature that is clearly highlighted, right? Similarly, you can apply other band combinations and see various type of results. Here you can change the filtering, right? Image display, you can adjust it, right? So similarly, you can set the contrast, you can change the contrast values as well, and you can set it for your visualization purpose, right? Similarly, you can change this feature, discrete array. So these are various options in multispectral for basic visualization, which you can adjust to view the feature, right? So here you have adjust radiometry option as well. You can use the standards, different options available over here. Okay, the next thing here is to use the convolution method, which is a bit difficult at this level. Uh, so we will wait for a couple of labs, and then we will see that what convolution method is, or resampling is. Then we have a subset and chip option, spectral profile option, count feature, pyramid and statistics option, right? And ortho rectification or control point option. These are all our labs in the coming sections. Now here we are interested in a spectral profile, right? I have adjusted this, so let's remove this layer and add it again. Okay, here it is. Let's change its band combination. Okay, now two tools, they are very much important. One is spectral profile, and another one is spatial profile, right? If you click on this tool, spectral profile, let's see what this tool does and how it can be utilized in remote sensing studies. Okay, here this tool opens. Now this tool is very important. For example, if you want to study water body, right, and you want to see that how in each band water is behaving, so just choose this cursor and select any sample of water. Now what you will see that you will have a line drawn, and here in x-axis you have band, and here you have pixel values. So you can see that in band 1 the value is higher, in band 2 it is lower, and so on. In band 6 the value is quite higher of this water body. Similarly, you can go to the edit section and edit this chart options, right? For example, I want my y-axis to just be till 150, so I can change the maximum till 150, and x-axis is fine. And now in general tab it is fine, plot background is fine, right? If I want to change it, I can apply close. Now here you can see I have this spectral profile of water. Similarly, if I want of this is, for example, vegetation, if it is vegetation, just click on it and you will have a profile of that feature. Similarly, if you want to have the profile of some other feature, for example, this is road passing, perhaps just click on it, you will have a third layer, right? So in this way you can visualize all your features, road, water body, and see that how they are behaving in each individual band, right? So this is the spectral profile tool, that is very important tool. I will be just closing it down and seeing the other tool, that is spatial profile tool. Spatial profile tool, if you want to see that, let's suppose okay, to all, here it is. Just click on this line tool Just click on this line tool and move across like this, right? And I will end it over here. Now you can see here you have a profile. Now what does this profile shows? That as you are moving across from this distance 0 till this distance of 3500 meters, how your DN values are changing. Okay, if I change the maximum value to 75 in this edit chart options, y-axis maximum to 75, and just click apply and close, so I can see that how my profile has been changing. So if I want to see the depth of the river, right, so as the water will be deeper, right, so there will be less reflection than the shallow water, so I can visualize my river depth, how it is changing. So these are two very important basic tools, spectral profile and the spatial profile, for our next lab, right, and we will be exploring them in more detail further.